Kind of two questions. First question is any diagnosis with Rocket Watch or any kind of time frame for when he may come back?
Seth mentioned to me that he's getting close. He's able to do a number of things, but his ability to shoot and shoot in range is probably still not there. So I'm imagining here in the next, 3 to 5 days, but not certain.
You faced a South Carolina team they had won 3 straight before they played y'all, and then they lost 3 straight, and now they're back on another 3-game winning streak. Have you seen anything different about them, the way they're playing of late?
Well, they're playing really well, that I do know. And, they're a team that's won a couple road games, at Georgia and at Ole Miss. And that Ole Miss game was incredible because they knocked down a half-court 3-point banking shot as the buzzer goes off in overtime to win it. And then the best win they may have had all season was the LSU game home on Saturday. So they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. And I think probably the biggest thing, Paul, is that Kuznard has really stepped up his game. I voted for him along with the rest of the league to be a preseason all-league selection for the SEC going into the season. He had a bunch of injuries early on, but he's really rounded into shape. And he had 33 points against LSU on Saturday and was phenomenal in that game. But he does so much at both ends of the floor. He's very good defensively. I think his previous career high was 28, and if I'm not mistaken, that was against us a few years back.
When you look at this South Carolina team, of course, you just had the ultimate of playing a team back-to-back with Missouri, but here's another team that you played earlier this month. How much has that helped with preparation or adjustments, or does any of that factor in when you've seen a team twice in a few weeks?
Well, I think when we go through the stuff today live with our team in terms of defending them, they'll remember some of the plays a little better that we prepared for the first time. But, this is going to be just like the Missouri game. It's a completely different game. We know they're going to be rip-roaring, ready to go. Both teams are 7-7, fighting to get, win number 8 and stay above 500. So there's a lot on the line here. And, teams are going to be playing incredibly hard. It'll be a physical game. They're going to come out and pressure. They're going to be in denial. They're going to change defenses. They've added a new half-court zone press that they hadn't used a lot this year. They've used in years past where they went to a 1-2-2 three-quarter court press against LSU that was effective for them. They play zone in every game. They got experienced guys, and they can really shoot the ball. I mean, Stevenson's one of the best shooters in our league. Kuznard had 5 or 6 threes in the game on Saturday. Reese is a very good shooter. He played well against us the first time. And then Carter is one of the best freshmen in the conference.
Andy, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Ben? You gonna swing over the dude for some baseball after this practice for you?
I beg your pardon?
Are you gonna swing over the dude for some baseball after basketball practice?
You know what? I wish we could. We got to hit the road. So our guys are getting out of school, and I was surprised they moved the game to 11 o'clock. So I mean, this.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah,
I don't mind it totally, but
yeah.
How impressed have you been with Cam Carter as a freshman, kind of sliding into the starting lineup? And I mean, he's looked really poised. Maybe the scoring hasn't been there, always, but just the poise kind of on the ball and letting Iverson be off the ball a little bit.
I think it has been very helpful, and I think what he gives us most, Andy, is just his defense. I think he's really defending and competing. I'm not worried about his scoring. When it comes to him, take it, but not be super aggressive. I mean, his job as a point is to distribute to others and get the key guys the ball. But he can make open shots, and you saw that at Alabama when he knocked down 3 threes in that game and had 15 points. But I'm really pleased with how he's done thus far.
I don't know if you saw the end of that Wisconsin-Michigan game the other day with kind of what happened in the handshake line. I mean, you've been a coach for a long time. I mean, has that ever been kind of an issue, like the handshake line? I know people have been talking about, like, hey, we could not do handshakes, after games. I mean, is that an extreme reaction to that situation?
Yeah, the reason to not do handshakes is still teams worried about COVID. A lot of times this year we haven't gone through the handshake line is because I don't want to chance the opportunity of getting COVID from one of the other team members from the other team. But, I was really saddened to see what happened in that handshake line at the end of that game. And, obviously, both the University of Michigan and the Big Ten has taken appropriate action to, and what was sad is you saw what happened with the coach, and then all of a sudden their players start throwing punches. So, we as coaches are the example for our players, and you've got to set the right example, and that's still very much a part of college athletics.
Thank you.
Sure.
Staff, go ahead and hop in there when you get a chance, and you can wrap us up today.
And Ben, you were talking about that first South Carolina game. I mean, I know that was one of your better games this year, but towards the end, South Carolina went on a bit of a run. Is there anything you saw there late in the game that maybe you think you guys didn't do that well that you need to take care of before the next game?
Yeah, we didn't attack the press well in the last 3 minutes, and I thought our guys lost a little bit of focus. We were up, pretty big, and we had a number of turnovers that led to easy scores for them. So you got to play the whole 40 minutes, but credit them. One of Frank Martin's teams, they never quit, they never give up. They're going to fight to the bitter end, and we know it's going to be, just like the Missouri game that we won, pretty handily at home. We were very fortunate to win on Sunday, and down one with 10 seconds to go to, get the lead finally for good. So we know this is going to be a very difficult game in Columbia, South Carolina, and we've got to be ready for it.